I let my tape rock to my tape pop. I let my tape rock to my tape pop. I let my tape rock to my tape pop. I let my tape rock to my tape pop.
There's simply nothing like the beat hitting you in the face. The kick drum resonates, your lips wrinkling in play. We in the zone, I'm on a level you can't imitate. Nod your head, throw your hands, I'm here to initiate. Whole style is handed down from the rawest of legends. It's hard to remain at the top, but I'm top two, never second. Bars carved out the scars of African guards and Aztec weapons. I'm the lesson, get it cracking, Nick's the guessing. The words whip corners and throw roundhouse kicks. Got your people running their desks trying to...
Hey guys, welcome to the lab and another episode of Sundaze with the Clink Room. This will be a little bit of a shorter episode this week because we don't have Monday Morning Crits to unveil, but we will be counting down the top 10 Christmas hats, Christmas Clink hats ever, so that'll be pretty fun. But yeah, I hope you guys are spending a lot of time with your family for the upcoming holiday. Christmas just kind of sneaked up on us, but yeah, I wanted to at least kind of extend the episode, give you guys a little bit more content. So I went back and I looked at all the different Clink Room Christmas designs, and I made a list. So I didn't include any designs that haven't delivered yet, so anything that's still in production or still in pre-order, I did not include, because I don't think it's kind of fair to rank a hat that isn't here and just based off a mock-up. But let's kind of cover first the week that happened in the Clink Room. So for those who watched this episode last week, June the Barber kind of joined us for a quick segment to kind of go through and explain his designs and kind of went through his inspiration. I'm wearing the M hat, but yeah, I think it was a cool little pack here. Only 5. Sometimes when it happens, like one of the designs may have not got approved or whatever, but we still got 5 solid hats, all the same colorway, and they share the same side patch and the same kind of theme. So they're all different designs. The from this one, I think the highlight for me is the taco, the cochinita by Jacobo the pig. That was a really cool way to bring this one back. It's got the little Mexican flag. It almost looks like an Italian flag, but Mexican colored bow tie, pulled pork taco there. Mexican eagles and taco pride are also solid. All Jacobo designs, which is pretty cool. Mexican proud, the one I'm wearing. I had to pick that one up, man. It looks like some of that art you see on glass for like stores and just that kind of lettering, kind of font there. And Clink doesn't do a lot of letters, so I had to make sure I caught Mexican proud. Lucha Eagle, equally as cool. Rest in peace, Rey Mysterio Sr. But yeah, luchador and lucha culture and wrestling just huge in Mexico, and their impact for sure felt around the world. So solid pack, man. I like what he did with kind of curating his favorite Mexican designs. They all happen to be Jacobo. I mean, he's released so many himself, but solid pack, red dot, button just to kind of set it off, the ribbon as the Mexican flag colors. Solid pack, 1 through 5, I would say. If I were to rank them, now that I see them like this, I probably pick the pig number 1, Mexican proud number 2, Lucha Eagle 3, the eagle with the snake 4, and then the taco being held by a talon 5. But you know, can't go wrong with either or any of these from the pack. So moving forward, these are your last calls. So 6 Christmas themed designs are up for pre-order until midnight tonight. You do have a little bit of time to get your pre-orders in and get them in at the lower price. So we got Krampus by Phil, Reindeer Revolt, and Mari Loud by Josh Voles. Solid pack here. A lot of these were kind of submitted last year, and put into pre-order this year. So anyone submitting their Christmas entries this year, you might get lucky next year. So Krampus is the one that's so cool and interesting to me, like the story behind it. I think that one's gonna embroider real cool. Reindeer Revolt's pretty interesting. Yeah, Blixen or Vixen or Donald, and one of the reindeer are not about the ho-ho-hoing, I guess. And the Mari Loud is really interesting and cool. Like there's a lot of details, and the skull is really really detailed and accurate. It's just a solid piece. Got that kind of Midwest pine green, almost like a Mariners kind of teal almost. Really solid trio here. And then we got the Jolly Rancher, Sugar Shiv, and Lights. For me, the Sugar Shiv is the my favorite. I think it's kind of edgy. For those who had candy canes in the past, when you normally eat them, if you don't crunch through and bite, that's kind of what you get anyway. They end up becoming really, really sharp. And yeah, Jolly Rancher is cool. I just think that if you force the full body here, you're going to have a tiny head for Santa. So maybe a 3/4 pose would have allowed you to get more detail in it, but still a solid design. And then Lights with the black cat hiding in the tree is a pretty interesting one. Almost like a part 2 to his other one where he had Santa kind of show up in reflection of the ornament. So Half Isle's always coming through with cool Christmas designs. All right, moving forward. Wynne had himself a feature. So there was no Monday Morning Crits on this past Monday. So he got the feature on Friday. So we'll just quickly cover his pre-order. And hopefully next week's artists will be able to join us and kind of talk through their concept. But we'll see. We'll start with Haunted Skies, Sunlit Strength, and Featherlight. In terms of like design here, Haunted Skies is it's interesting piece. It's a symmetrical kind of design. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Red Tip Blackbirds in terms of layout. He managed to get the skull in there, which is interesting. The blue and the pink kind of work to contrast each other. Sunlit Strength with the bull is interesting. It's kind of got like this this kind of like Arizona feel with the turquoise and the brick. I feel like the ground there gets a little bit muddied up. You almost don't need the ground there. You can just kind of have them walking on the hat, but it's super detailed. So it will be interesting to see how it will kind of embroider in the end. Featherlight is kind of like an amalgamation of what's kind of popular. Reminds me of the Blessings. I think it was Blessings. It was a feather that when it glued in the dark. When it glows in the dark, it revealed kind of like a native silhouette with them kind of marching. But yeah, it reminds me a little bit of that. They're both kind of feather silhouette kind of designs. Historically, I don't really enjoy too much of the landscape stuff. I do appreciate the art and kind of how cool they are. It's just, the art's not bad, but it's just generally a pass for me. Time's Up is interesting. It's kind of like this rabbit Peaky Blinders guy. He's got a skull. He kind of hid the skull in the pocket watch. His signature stars are there. And Frozen Fury. It's just a dude yelling at a polar bear. Kind of got some frosted speed lines, which is interesting. It kind of reminds me of that scene in that Leonardo DiCaprio movie where he gets attacked by a bear for 15 minutes. But to me, the highlight of the pack here is part of my finch, kind of a play on part of my French. Got the little finch there screaming shit. Yeah, interesting kind of pack here. But yeah, like I said, if I were to pick one, I would go with Pardon My Finch. Yeah, that's 1 week. So now we'll be getting into the countdown of the top 10 Clink Christmas hats ever. So basically, I went back. There are no doubles. So if there's a design that got a fresh colorway, I didn't include both as separate numbers. I just picked the one I preferred out of the two. So if a design ended up getting a fresh colorway and onto the list, I would pick the colorway I enjoyed better of the two. And then I did not include any hats that had that are in production or haven't delivered yet. So coming in at number 9, we got Max Almeida, his Tough Cookie. This one edged the fresh colorway a little bit because I think that the navy and this kind of like Panama tan color work a little bit better off of this hat. Just a really smooth hat. We don't really see Max Almeida too often, but this one is definitely a cool design. The gingerbread kind of deadlifting 6 Oreos. I think it's a smooth hat. It always reminds me of that scene in Shrek. Number 9, Season's Creepings by Wynne Studio. We got the skulls, mistletoe type thing. I mean, if he can hide some skulls anywhere, he'd be liable to do it. So Season's Creepings kind of have an edgy feel on a Christmas hat, which I kind of like too, kind of like a mature way to kind of celebrate Christmas. I think this hat's smooth. Season's Creepings definitely embroidered better than I thought when I saw the initial mock-up. Number 8, Polar Dreamscape by Milos. At first glance, this doesn't look like a Christmas hat, but when you do the glow-in-the-dark feature, Santa and his sled and a bunch of reindeer are kind of flying through. That kind of dreamscape is an interesting piece, man. Like I said earlier, I don't always enjoy the landscapey stuff, but this one was kind of cool. It was like a silhouette of an animal. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Minnesota Wild logo in terms of like concept and execution. Doesn't necessarily look like it, but just kind of how he hid the trees and the shadows. And then he's got a huge silhouette of a bear, and not just the head, but like at least the whole body. I think this design works well. I do have the fresh colorway on the way. It's still being delayed. Shout out to Canada Post for being on strike, but I think the original colorway just kind of edges out the Christmas colors just a slight bit. Sledding Santa Jolly by Jacobo. We got Santa surfing on a Christmas cookie. I just thought this was really cool and rad kind of concept and design and execution. I did opt to get to put the Jolly on the list higher. I just feel like this colorway kind of works for the hat a little bit better. The kind of typical red green kind of hats for Christmas, I have enough of those. So I think like this version of it where it's like this green and kind of darker green kind of works well as an alternate for someone who's just collecting a lot of Christmas hats. This kind of gives you a good alternative kind of to wear. So Shredding Santa Jolly version. Number 6, Silent Night Jolly Raphael. This one, the original one, I think came in like a navy blue and tan color. I feel like the this version colorway is just a little bit more solid. The original one had like a lot of yellow in it, and it was a cool kind of flex on how to express light source and stuff like that. But I just feel like this one's really just a little bit more solid in terms of the fresh colorway. It would have been cool to see this design done in the Cole version, where he was kind of where that colorway is kind of like a little bit more darkened. But still, this is a really solid hat. And Rafael coming in at number 6. Solid piece here. Number 5, the Ginger Shred Man, Ryan Simmons animation with this one. Gingerbread doing a little kick flip. And I just picture this one as what that Shrek cookie, gingerbread cookie, was doing before he broke his leg. But it's a cool piece. He's got the little mint as the wheels of the skateboard. It's got an electric green, hyper green undervisor, which I always love. But yeah, the Ginger Shred Man by Ryan Simmons. Really smooth and fun piece for sure. With the skateboarding gingerbread man. Number 4, the first instance of the Cole fresh colorway hat showing up on my list. Clinker Gabe, signature skull for him. I just think that the way that they kind of dusted the logos, I mean, they didn't dust the logos actually, but the way that the logos are colored, it makes it look like they're kind of dusted in coal dust, which I thought was really cool. And you don't normally see a lot of black Christmas hats, but if you want a more of a mature looking Christmas hat, I think this is a smooth hat. Santa beard on it too, cross candy cane. I just think this is a smooth hat. Good job, Gabe, at number 4. Number 3, Sweater Kong by Clinker Full Count Studios. This design never got a fresh colorway. It would be cool to see it done and kind of recolored. You don't necessarily need to recolor the logo itself per se, but just see it done on another colored hat would be cool. The way they kind of mimicked the textures of the knitted parts, just a really cool hat for sure. Full Count Studios coming in at number 3. Number 2, another Cole fresh colorway, Aurelian with his naughty Nick. Unfortunately for me, I'm kind of horizontally gifted like Santa Claus, so that stomach peeking out the bottom of your shirt's a little too real for me. But all this is a smooth one. I opted to get the Cole version here instead of the original colorway. I just like the look of the black hats with the Christmas designs for whatever reason. I just think it's a cool way to do it. And yeah, Nick looks like he's a little bit pissed off. He's got a little coal dust, maybe got stuck in a chimney somewhere. But this is a smooth hat. I wish I had it in hand for Christmas, like I mentioned before. My hat's got a little bit delayed because of the Canada Post strike, unfortunately. So this is definitely going to be in my rotation for next year. Number 1, and I think the best Christmas design, concept, execution for the Clink Room in terms of Christmas hats. J Matt's coming in with the stocking stuffers. I've always wanted to do something like this. I always had him envision jumping the other way, but to me, when I saw this, I was surprised and mildly disappointed in myself that I didn't get to execute something like this earlier. For him to include the stocking being stuffed is funnier. For me, my concept included just Santa kind of just dunking, but this one just adds like that extra element. The pun is awesome, but this is an awesome design and well deserved of the number 1 spot to me. I picked the original colorway. This one did get a recolor, but I just felt like the black and the red, which reminds me of Santa's like kind of uniform and suit. And yeah, this hat's perfect, man. This is probably what I'm going to be wearing on Christmas Day itself. But J Matt's stealing the number 1 spot on the Christmas list. So that kind of brings us to the end of what we wanted to cover today. I hope you guys have an amazing holiday. If you guys do celebrate and get to spend some time with your family, which I think is the most important. I mean, getting, receiving, and giving gifts is also fun too, but can get really expensive. But I do hope everyone has a safe holiday and gets to spend some time with their family. And we'll definitely be back with another episode next week. This is Leon for Leon in the Lab. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and commenting below. Helps me with the algorithm and show up more naturally for more people. We can spread the word on the show. But definitely appreciate everyone for rocking with me this year. All the different guests for coming on and spending time to kind of help grow this platform. I love doing this for you guys. So hopefully we'll get to do this for you guys for a long time. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you kind of like these kind of countdown lists. It just gives me more topics and more things to kind of talk about and give to you guys, as opposed to just kind of the regular run-of-the-mill stuff. So yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone. I'm out of here. Peace.
You're at the end of the world as you know it, my dude. Time is up and you out of mood, so what will you do? It's the BP mercenaries not here to...
Brought to you by VFTV.